Hello, good evening everyone. Jimit from Collegepond here. Predominantly, this webinar will help people who have a 15th year of education. That means their bachelor's degree is of 3 years and they are targeting to go abroad. As a background, we have sent people to various top universities in the world. Okay, and this is across domains, be it finance, architecture, engineering, physiotherapy, psychology, marketing, etc. Okay, our results speak volumes for itself. Let's get going. This is just a background, and my background is I am an engineer from India who went abroad for his masters. I worked abroad, studied abroad, worked with the admission committee, recruited from universities. So I wish to share my knowledge across the being on both the sides of the table with you in the next few minutes. Okay, we'll go through the presentation quickly and then we'll leave it open to Q&A. Now let's talk from an Indian point of view. What is the bachelor's degree duration predominantly? Okay, so after your 12th grade, okay, when you start an undergraduate degree in it, so whatever people is called bachelor's degree, people call it graduation in India. From a global point of view, it's undergraduation. So when we talk globally, bachelor's degree means undergraduate degree. So you have a 3 years program after 12th, which could be a bachelor's in commerce, bachelor's in management science, BSc, BA, BF, whatever the degrees are, the 3-year degrees basically. Okay. We have 4-year degrees, which are engineering, pharmacy, physiotherapy, etc. We also have 4.5, 5.5 years degree as well, depending on the program that you enter into. Okay. So people that have a 4 or a 5 years bachelor's degree are not worried. It's eligible across all the countries in the world when they're applying for a master's degree. So countries that prefer a minimum 4 years bachelor's degree are predominantly USA, Canada, Sweden, and some colleges in Germany. Okay. And maybe some exceptions in Singapore and Switzerland as well. But if I look at UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, France, Canada diploma programs, they are all open to a 3-year, 4-year, or a 5-year degree. So people who usually have a 3-year bachelor's degree, predominantly I've seen is the target countries where the 16th year of education is not going to be a problem. Okay. There are universities in USA which accept a 3 years bachelor's degree also. We have listed down a few names over here. However, keep in mind that this is also dependent on the department. So for example, maybe one department might be okay with a 15th year of education, but the other department might not be okay. So for example, masters in finance could be okay, masters in robotics might not be okay. So it is always better to email them and clarify, are you okay with a 15th year of education that I have? It's always better to write to the university and get it clarified. But this is where we have seen that most of our students have gone to many of these universities and they are okay with a 15th year of education. Okay. Similarly with Canada. Okay, some universities which are okay with a 3 years bachelor's degree. Again, you still want to clarify with the department in the university as well. Okay, so for example, UBC McGill, there are some programs which are okay with it. Some management school programs are okay with a 16th year, but some engineering programs are not okay without a 16th year. So you still want to clarify with the department that you are applying to. Okay. What do you do? Coming back to the main question at hand. What do you do if your university requires a 16th year of education? Okay, let's look at solutions. Predominantly, if you're targeting USA, Canada, predominantly. Now, you get your degree evaluated by a third-party agency. So there are these agencies which are called, there's a body called NASCES, which will convert your score to the American or the Canadian equivalent. So in India, the scoring scale could be on a scale of 10 or a scale of 100 if you have a percentage scale. In America and Canada, usually it's on a scale of 4. So let's say you are 8.3 out of 10 in your BCom. So these agencies will charge you about $200, $300 to give you an equivalent. Hey, your 8.3 out of 10 in India is equivalent to maybe a 3.45 out of 4 in USA, and your degree is equivalent to a US degree or not, right? So they will clarify whether this transition works or not. Now, if you are again from a very high accredited university in India, right? So it's NAAC accredited. So if you are, let's say, from a college in India which is A grade, given the A tag, it could be some top colleges in Mumbai University or some autonomous or deemed colleges, or a top school, let's say Sri Ram College in Delhi, which is A credited, okay, or NMIMS in Bombay, etc., which are A credited. Then there is a possibility that the third party agency might say that you are equivalent, we will consider it to the US equivalent. So this is one option. Again, keep in mind that not all universities accept it. And again, you are at the whims and mercies of these agencies like WES. They may say that, hey, you have a 3-year degree in India, which is not equivalent to a 4-year. So you might end up spending that $200, $300, and that result may or may not be in your favor. Let's look at the other options. Okay, you start writing to the university and the program college, hey, will this be equivalent? I have done courses, I have had elective subjects related to ABC which I want to study, my course is relevant, do you think it's possible? Sometimes people, when they are in the first or second year of their bachelor's degree, realize that, hey, I want to go abroad, and this 16th year is going to be a problem. So many of them do an undergraduate transfer. So you complete your first year in India and go abroad and do the bachelor's degree from there, the rest of the 3 years. Or you complete 2 years in India and you go abroad and you do the third and fourth year abroad. So you can go abroad as a transfer student, provided you realize early that, hey, I want to go abroad and, I'm going to have this issue with the 15th year of education. Sometimes you also do a bridge program. Okay, so let's say you have done BCom, for example, and you realize, hey, I want to do masters in computer science. Hey, but my background does not match. Maybe you can do a bridge program. It's equivalent to, a 1-year undergrad degree or a 1 or a 2-year undergrad degree to fill in before you do your masters abroad. This is also something that many people look out for when they are doing a branch change completely. Hey, I am an architect student, but I want to go into psychology. My bachelor's is not in psychology. Maybe do a bridge program for 1-2 years and then apply for a master's program. And in that bridge program, you do all the important subjects that need to be a part of your curriculum before you do your master's degree. This is important if you're doing a branch change. Another alternative is you do a master's degree in India, or you do a diploma in India, so that you say, hey, I've completed my 16th year of education, and then you apply for a second master's degree or a master's degree abroad with the 16th year done in India. What do most Indians do? Okay, what I've seen is this. So many of them do a MCom or an MSc in India and then go abroad. Okay, and while they're doing their MCom, MSc, MA, etc., they take up a job, they do some internships, they give the GRE, GMAT exams, they publish a paper. So basically you spend that first year of your master's in building your profile, and during your second year of master's, you focus on your applications. Okay, your essays, resumes, applications, applying to colleges, writing to professors, etc. So you build your profile and then you apply. So you have a strong base. Hey, you know what? I have a master's degree. I have work experience. I have spent time in profile building. So the probability of you getting in goes up. The downside is, yes, you are doing a master's degree or delaying your going abroad by 2 years. Another option is do a 1-year diploma in India, postgraduate diploma, and then you apply abroad. So there you save on that time. The master's degree in India is for 2 years. So this is a stopgap. You do a 1-year diploma. The problem over here is, if you're looking at Canada, a 1-year diploma in India does not get counted as a 16th year of education. If you're looking at America, I would say that 60 to 70% colleges would be okay with your 1-year diploma. 20 to 30% colleges might not be okay with your 1-year diploma. So again, before you enroll for it, you'll have to email the colleges and get a clarification so you know whether your diploma will work for the university you are applying to or not. Sometimes I end up doing a 1-year diploma in Canada. Hey, let me do a diploma in Canada and then figure out whether I want to do a 16th, whether I want to do a master's in Canada or America after that. And the last point is they look at other countries to apply. Hey, you know what? I will have to go after 2 years. I'll give you an example. Let's say you are completing your BCom in 2023 and you say, I want to go abroad immediately. And you go to UK, which is a 1-year program. You go to UK in 2023, you are done in 2024. So you know what? Your master's degree is done by 2024. If I look at an alternative, I want to go to USA, but I don't have a 16th year of education. Hey, let me do an MCom for 2 years. So you do an MCom for 2 years. So you do your bachelor's in 2023, then you do your MCom in 2025. Then you go to USA or Canada in 2025. Now, USA and Canada are usually 2-year programs. So you complete your master's degree in 2027. If you decided to go to UK, Ireland, you would have done your master's degree by 2024. And here you are done by 2027. So there is a 3-year delay period, right? So for some people, the timing is more important. Hey, that's a 3-year gap in my master's degree. I want to graduate early, start earning early. I want to settle down early. Then maybe you look at other countries. Which are the best alternatives then? Okay, let's talk about UK and Ireland. In both these countries, you get a 2-year work permit, which can be extended by 2 more years if your employer likes your job. So by default, if your employer likes your job, you are looking at a 4-year stay back option. They are immigration friendly. They are English speaking countries. So you can get a PR in basically 5 to 7 years maybe. A lot of people used to think that Canada and Australia are also immigration friendly. And I'm not saying they are not. But what happens is, one, they're very far away from India. Two, the climate in Canada is very harsh, right? You're staying in minus 20 degrees in winter. In fact, I had students who went abroad in 2015, got a Canada PR. They're coming back to India and I was asking them, hey, why do you want to come back to India? You went to Canada to immigrate, you got the PR, now you want to come back. And these two people said that, hey, you know what? My children are staying indoors for 6 months of their life because of the snows and everything. This is not the childhood we want or the upbringing we want to give to our children. We would rather them go to the parks and go down and play cricket in India. Okay, so I'm seeing a reverse trend of people coming back from Germany and Canada, people who went abroad 5-6 years ago. And Canada is becoming a bubble that might burst. Every year, lakhs of people from India applying for PR. Okay, so I have a feeling in 4 or 5 years, it might be a bubble that might burst. UK and Ireland are upcoming now. Ireland started the work permit in 2018. No one used to go to Ireland before that. But in the last few years, we have sent many people out there and they have got jobs. Even UK, a lot of people think that, hey, there are no jobs in UK. But if you talk to people who went abroad before 2021, then yes, that is the answer you will get, because the work permit, the postgraduate work permit did not exist at that point of time. It started after April 2021. So if you're talking to someone who went in 2018 and ask them how's the job situation, you will not get a rosy picture at all, because the work permit was not there at that time. The government would not give you the work permit. Even if you had a job, the work permit was not there. So if you talk to people who went recently or going now, you will see that yes, it's upcoming. There are enough opportunities out there. And it is a great return on investment because your cost is less. There are programs where you can do your masters in 10 to 15 lakh rupees also. So it can go anywhere between 10 lakhs to 25, 30 lakhs, depending on college to college. So if you end up going to a college that is a 10 lakh master's degree, I would say a master's degree in India will cost you about the same amount. If you're going to an okayish college, then you rather go ahead and take the global exposure at 10, 15 lakh rupees. Not only that, a lot of universities give scholarships in UK and Ireland. In fact, I know almost any college in Ireland you go to tells Collegepond, hey, we'll give your student 20,000-30,000 rupees of scholarship by default. You apply early. I know a lot of students, if you apply in round one, you get a 10% scholarship. So you do get a lot of scholarships for applying early as well. If you want to get your degree done early, hey, I want to get it done in 1 year. I don't want to spend 2 years' time. Okay, I just want an entry, do a 1-year degree and start earning early. This is a great alternative. If you want to do PhD, then I would say you go for a 2-year program, because then you could do thesis and research. But if PhD is not your end goal, 1-year degree is a good alternative so that you get into the industry early. If you are looking at a non-STEM program, let's understand what is non-STEM. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. If you're doing a STEM program in USA, you get a 3-year work permit. But if you're doing a non-STEM program in USA, you only get a 1-year work permit. All are design related programs, psychology, HR, some marketing, some finance. Some of them are STEM, some of them are non-STEM. So depending on the program you go for, or law, if you're going for a non-STEM program, you're not going to get a 3-year work permit. So what the problem now is, if you have a 1-year work permit, let's consider I'm a recruiter. You graduate from Stanford from a non-STEM program. I want to recruit you. You are a great person, Stanford degree, great interview. But my legal and my HR team is telling me, hey, you know what? There's a work permit issue. She will be leaving the country, or he or she will be leaving the country in 10 months. We will recruit that person, relocate, train them, and they'll be gone in 8 to 10 months. Hey, you know what? We don't want to recruit them. It's too much of a cost on our head. We train, onboard, cost. We'll have to train, a lot of relocation, etc. So a lot of non-STEM people have a great problem. So if you want to work over there, I would say if you're going for a STEM program, USA is fine. If you're going for a non-STEM program, I would say don't look at USA. The advantage of UK, Ireland is, irrespective of your program, you get this work permit. And not only that, you can work in any domain. So for example, if you've done masters in mechanical engineering and you get a job to work as a financial analyst in a bank, no one is going to stop you. You can change your field if you want to. Another advantage, English speaking countries, you don't need to worry about French language, German language, etc. There are top universities in the world, TCD, UCD, the top colleges of Ireland, Imperial, Oxford, Cambridge, LSE, LBS, the top colleges of UK, and the brand name is huge. So that brand name will get you a job even if you want to come back to India. So, rather than go to a very tier 3 or an average college in, let's say, a Canada or a Singapore, I would say go to the rank 1 of these countries. That will increase your chances of getting in. I forgot to write down one more advantage over here, especially for people who do not have a good GRE GMAT score. Ireland usually does not need a GRE GMAT score, So if your CGPA is 8 plus, 9 plus out of 10, 80% student, you can get into the top universities easily without if your GRE GMAT scores are on the lower side. A lot of students have a GRE GMAT phobia. I don't want to give the exam, or they screw up, or they get a bad score. They can definitely consider these countries. The top programs in demand in these countries: Masters in Management, Finance, Marketing, Pharmacy, Analytics, and engineering related programs like Mechanical, Aero, Computer Science, Data Science, etc. So these are the programs that are in demand. What we would also recommend is, if you go to the Collegepond YouTube channel or on the Instagram page, and if you are following us, we have done a mentorship symposium with our students in UK, with our students in Ireland, where we are talking to them about their journey of education abroad, the companies that are recruiting, where are they working, how did they apply for their visas, the work permit. You can see those videos on the YouTube channels, and you will get more insights by talking directly to the students who are studying in these countries. How does Collegepond come into the picture? I'll take a 1 minute to talk about Collegepond and how we can work with you, and then we'll open it up to Q&A. We will work with you on your career planning, helping you choose the right course, right career path, work with you on your profile building. In case you don't know, hey, what is lacking in your resume, your essays, your applications. We'll work with you on your country selection, college selection, your paperwork documentation, that is your essays, letters of recommendation, statement of purpose, resume, etc. We will work with you on your applications. If you need to apply for scholarships, you need to write essays, give interviews, we'll prepare you for that. We'll work with you for your college interviews. We'll work with you on your visa documentation, visa interviews, visa paperwork, essays, etc. We work with your parents on financial planning, bank statements, affidavits, notaries, loan process, forex currency, health insurance. How do you transfer money abroad by saving on your forex charges, etc. In the pre-departure, we prepare you on your journey abroad, how to open a bank account, how to get a license, how do you apply for jobs, internships, grocery shopping, roommate hunting, etc. So you have a smooth transition. And last but not the least, we will work with you. We have a post-landing service where once you are there, we'll work with you in case you need help for job hunting, mock interviews, connecting to alumni, etc., recruiters, etc. We will work with you end to end. We do everything through the Converge portal that we have. You can download it on the Google Play Store or the App Store. Okay, where you can attend a lot of events and webinars like this, talk to university representatives. For example, we have an on-spot event with University of Arizona. It actually got done at 5 o'clock. It was interesting talking to the admission committee. Okay, we have a GRE masterclass coming up in 3 days. And on 26th, we have a webinar on choosing the right country. Okay, so on the Converge app, you can play around, look at careers, look at universities, explore events, talk to students, be a part of various groups. Okay, so that's it from my side. Before I open it up for Q&A, just want to thank you for your time on a Friday evening. Every year we get thousands of students and we help them in their career journey, and we would love to be a part of your journey in making it big in your life. Thank you once again for your time. In case you want to set up a one-on-one meeting with us, you can do it on the app or drop an email to us or call us or walk into our branches in Bombay. The branches are open in Villeparle and Thane, or you could set up an online appointment with us as well. Having said that, let's open it up to Q&A. The first question I've got is from Subiksha. Can I change my field from BCom to data science? Yes, Subiksha, you can. But we'll have to figure out an alternative way. How do you convince the admission committee? You'll need to build your profile and we can work through that. Yes, it is definitely possible. Any master's course for bachelors in vocational in interior design? Yes, Divya, you can do that. But what happens is you'll need to build a portfolio. Interior design is not a STEM program in USA, so we would definitely recommend Europe for you. But if you have a strong portfolio, because for design related programs, portfolio is a part of the curriculum. Is it possible to go to USA in 2023? I'm doing BSc and will be graduating next year. You can apply Hetvi for USA in 2023, but keep in mind that there would be a lot of colleges which will be ruled out because you do not have a 16th year of education. Then we target only those colleges with a 15th year of education. Is GRE mandatory for the mentioned universities? So Karthik, if you're looking at USA, then I would say that 80 to 90% will need GRE for next year. If you're talking about UK, Ireland, then it depends on the program you are applying for. Some need the GRE, some don't need the GRE. Also, GRE and GMAT can be interchanged for most of the programs. Okay, Aman has a question. What if the university where I'm applying for is asking for a 12+4, but I'm having a BAF degree? Aman, in that case, you will have to do a master's degree in India or do a diploma in India and then go abroad, or you look at other country and you want to email the university asking for a 12+4 if a 1-year diploma is okay or not. Nit has a question. I'm in the last year of master's and looking for Canada. Should I take up a PG diploma or a master's again, as I'll be completing my 16th year? Nit, keep in mind that if you have a master's degree in India and then if you apply for a diploma in Canada, The visa rejection rate might be very high because they might think, hey, after master's, why are you applying for a diploma? Something is wrong. You're planning to come here to save money or immigrate. So if you have a master's degree, we will recommend not to apply for a diploma program in Canada. Just because the visa rejection rate can be high, but if you want to, there's no harm, we will work with you on it. What is the criteria of universities in selecting a BBA graduate? Sujit, it depends on the program you are applying for, the country and the college. Minimum GMAT score for LBS. Again, yes, it would depend on the program you are applying for. LBS is a brand name, as most of the programs like MIM, finance, marketing are competitive. Maybe you want to look at a 700 plus bare minimum. Is it difficult in getting a PhD in USA? So it depends on your program, your profile. Do you have any paper publications, your CGPA or GRE score, the college you are targeting? It's a very open-ended question, Urvi. I might not be able to answer that. I've done BCom of 3 years targeting USA. It's possible to do masters in finance or MBA. Parag, it is possible, but the 16th year of education is going to be a problem for many colleges. And again, I don't know how much work experience you have, and you need to crack the GRE or the GMAT. Does journalism come under STEM for USA? Unfortunately, Dhrunil, it does not. Many universities are saying journalism for IT, journalism and analytics, and trying to integrate it with STEM program. In that case, yes, it becomes a STEM program, but standalone journalism is not a STEM program. I've done internships and everything. Will that be useful? Definitely, we can put it on the resume. I will be graduating next year in August. Will I be eligible to join the September session for UK? Farah, if you are graduating in August, it would be too much of a touch and go. If your college exams are done by June, July latest, then we have time to work on the visa process and all. If your final exams are in August, then going in September might be a tricky situation. Will you all help me get admission in USA in 23? Hetvi, definitely yes. Drop an email to us. We'll get in touch with you. Singapore requires 16 years of education. Yes, it depends on the university and the program. So we know people who gone for, say, masters in wealth management without 16 years. So yes, it depends on the program and the college. INSEAD and SMU. SMU, I think, is okay. INSEAD, again, is all okay. If you're looking at management-oriented programs, yes, then it should not be a problem. Bachelor in food technology has scope in Canada. Priyush, I'm assuming your question is if you want to do bachelor in food technology in Canada. The answer is definitely yes. If you are targeting the top universities, UBC, Toronto, Waterloo, McGill, there will definitely be a scope. So a lot of people ask me this question, what is the scope of this field in this country? My answer would be it also depends on the college you are targeting. If you are going to the rank top colleges basically of any countries, definitely there will be scope. How much work experience is required for a master's program? Urvi, it depends on the master's program. It depends on the country. It depends on the college. I won't be able to comment on that. It's a very open-ended question. Having said that, for a master's program, work experience is not mandatory. However, for some programs like, say, psychology, HR, marketing, architecture, it adds value if your portfolio is strong. Is it possible to change from BTech, Bachelors of Engineering to Interior Design? Yes, it is, provided you have a very strong portfolio, because for interior design programs, portfolio is a part of your application. I'm doing honors in English literature with a minor in psychology. Will I be eligible for masters in industrial psychology? Yes, Farah, you will be eligible. Can we get PR in USA after studying masters? It's a 15-20 year process. It's not something that you will get easily. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions that have come in. Sorry if I've skipped anything. You can post it again. Okay. I can't find any 1 year postgraduate diplomas in Mumbai. Can Collegepond help us find diploma programs? Through me, difficult to comment. You need to contact colleges like, say, NMIMS, Patkar, Jai Hind, HR, Wellinger, SNDT, Sophia. Maybe you might find something. Is it easy to get a work extension in USA after 3 years OPT? Hetvi, today H1B is a lottery system, so there is no guarantee. If you have to ask me about probability, I would say that about 70% of people get an H1B in their 3 attempts, after their OPT. So if you're going for a STEM program, you will get a 3-year work permit, and after that it will be a OPT, H1B. The probability of you getting in is 70%. But if you are thinking in terms of immigration, keep in mind one thing, that America is not the right place for immigration. Whether you are on OPT or H1B, keep in mind you cannot be unemployed for more than 2 months. Suppose you are fired or you lose your job, you have only 2 months to get a job or leave the country. A lot of people in the pandemic had a problem if they were lost their job or were fired or could not get a job. You have to leave the country in 2 months. That is the biggest problem with USA. That the use will always be that question mark in terms of immigration. Could I pay education loan from Canada taken from India? Piyush, I didn't get your question. If you can reframe it and send it. After OPT for 1 year in USA, does the company where I'm working sponsor my visa, and how long can they sponsor? The company will sponsor an H1B, where they'll try for H1B. If they get it, you will get a 3-year H1B, but it's a lottery system, Parag. Can we go for double masters in Canada, or will there be an issue by NIT? No, it will not be an issue. A lot of people do that because most of the programs need a 16th year of education. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions that have come in so far. I again thank you guys again for your time. In case you want to set up a one-on-one meet with us or know about other countries, feel free to get in touch with us. So going for a non-STEM program in USA sounds like a gamble. According to me, yes, if you want to stay there. You also put in a link in the chat box in case you want to set up a one-on-one free counseling session with us. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful evening.